The Bouncer, 2000. The Bouncer is a PlayStation 2 beat-em-up game created by Squaresoft and DreamFactory in 2000. Squaresoft released it in Japan in December 2000. Square Electronic Arts released it in North America in March 2001, and Sony Computer Entertainment Europe released it in Europe in June 2001. The game follows three bouncers in the fictional city of Edge on a rescue operation to liberate their young companion from the Mikado Group, a solar technology megacorporation run by Dauragon C. Mikado, who is a megalomaniac. The game is set up as a playable action movie, with the storyline varying depending on which character the player selects for various gameplay moments. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. A unique visual experience. At the beginning of The Bouncer, a little girl called Dominique is abducted by Mikado Special Forces for unexplained reasons. It's up to the three Fate Bar bouncers, Scion, Volt, and Coup, to find her. Story Mode, Versus Mode, and Survival Mode are the three play modes available on The Bouncer. In the single-player Story Mode, you control one of three bouncers in a game that combines an RPG and a classic beat-em-up, think Double Dragon or Streets of Rage, but with more excellent visuals and experience points. When you get a kill, you'll get bouncer points, which you may use to boost your character's attributes or learn a unique combat method between levels. Characters are occasionally required to do certain jobs that have the potential to change the course of the tale, such as locating a keycard in order to halt a rushing train. Up to 4 players compete in Versus Mode, either in teams or in Battle Royale mode. As you go through the various pathways in Story Mode, you'll have access to 14 characters and 11 stages. Survival Mode abandons the plot to favor instead a succession of progressively challenging levels in which you must strive to accomplish precisely what the title suggests: survive. The decisions you make, the characters you select to play out each stage, and the tasks you perform successfully influence the course of the highly cinematic plot as you go through the game's 60-plus conflicts. The Bouncer was also one of the first PS2 games to use the analog buttons properly. Thus, the harder you bang on the triangle, circle, square, or X button, the more severe the attack becomes. The Bouncer has been likened to Final Fight, and the beat-em-up gameplay style of the Bouncer is quite close to Capcom's high watermark. You assume control of your bouncer, while the computer controls the other two, when the conversation stops and the combat begins. Even while battling the game's final boss, you're generally surrounded by adversaries, and the fight seldom lasts more than 2 to 3 minutes. The battle mechanism is eerily similar to Tobal, a classic PlayStation fighting game from Square. You have 3 attacks, high, medium, and low, all of which may be utilized in combinations. Depending on how hard you push the DualShock 2 buttons, each strike has 2 strengths. You may also block and jump at the same time.
What's this?
A present.
Here comes the most exciting part. The Bouncer is unrivaled in graphics. Everything about it looks fantastic, from the characters to the scenery. The game's continuous use of blur effects may turn some people off, but the strong blurring lends the game a distinct visual aesthetic. While the pre-rendered cutscenes are superior to those created in the engine, the in-game sequences are still spectacular. The facial structures of the characters are given great care and attention, and as a consequence, you can notice little emotional subtleties throughout the game. You can see Scion grinning when he sees Dominique unharmed. Sorry, spoiler alert. And you can see the rage in his eyes when she is kidnapped again. Oops, I did it again. The sound in the game is incredibly well matched to the images. All of the voice acting is excellent, and it is accessible in both English and Japanese. The sound effects, such as aircraft engines roaring to life and a train slamming into a station, are stunning. The game also works nicely with Dolby Surround, Here's a fun fact. This was the first game to feature 5.1 surround sound. Marvelous Gamers Review. The Bouncer is a fantastic PlayStation 2 showcase. It's both visually and audibly stunning. It presents a novel take on the gaming paradigm by mixing a unique 4-person combat system with adventure elements that weave in Square's talent for narrative. The design of the Bouncer centers on strange, animal-like figures and their ability to jump freely across different surroundings. The character designs all have a luminous quality to them, making them appear eerily heavenly and irradiant. Part of this glow effect is undoubtedly utilized to create the tone for this post-apocalyptic gang-style fighter, in which Final Fantasy-style protagonists and marauding gangs dash through streets and subways and crash through restaurant storefronts, fighting in all-out brawls. Second, the visuals display stunning water, fire, and lighting effects in enormous dynamic landscapes, with the frightening goal of emphasizing the chaotic character of the universe in which you're located. The story is nothing spectacular, I agree, but you will be so immersed in the action that you won't pay much attention to it. So, take our advice and rent or buy this for a unique visual experience. If you like this video, check out our other videos from our channel. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments section which other games you want us to review. See you in the next one.